Definitely they will lose to Kelantan, Terengganu and Kedah. I'm quite sure of that. Penang, Selangor, obviously Unity has the edge, but they will have a reduced majority and they probably win Negeri as well. So worse than that for them because they reduce the majority in those places. Yeah. I can't say Malaysia's stupid, they don't understand what they want. If you keep on along these routes, this narrative of belittling them, you're not going to get their vote. And election is about winning hearts and minds. Well, at least even if it's not the heart, it's winning their vote. So one has to be a bit more humble, less pompous, less righteous. You have to try to understand why.
Make mistakes.
Yes, and I think that's the way to deal with it, rather than somewhat condescending narrative that I hear all the time. And the day you lose the states, then your federal government becomes weak, the psyche of the Kelantan. The people there are quite independent. They don't like to be bullied, people to make fun of them.
A complete wipe out for those 7 BN seats, even in strongholds like Galas, Pau and Negeri?
I think so. I think it would be like Champions League Real Madrid versus some teams from the Western or something like that.
Mohon kongsikan pendapat tuan-puan di ruang komen.
I'm Wong Shao Ning and this is The Breakfast Grill. Malaysian politics has more twists and turns than a roller coaster ride at the infamous US Six Flags amusement park, and GE15 is a perfect example of that. Will the upcoming state polls be the same? We speak to veteran politician, MP of Kota Bharu from 2004 to 2008 and former law minister Dato' Zaid Ibrahim for his views and also his allegiances. Thank you for coming on the show again, Dato'. Now, when we last spoke shortly after Langkah Sheraton in March 2022, that time you were the DAP Kelantan chief. Today, back to the UMNO fold, but we will get to that later. I want to start with state politics now. Kelantan dissolved their assembly last Thursday, Selangor last Saturday, with the rest of the states to follow suit. With voting likely to take place in August, how important are these state elections to this unity Madani government?
Well, it's important for the people of this country to start with. Never mind the unity government. It's important for the people because they then can express themselves, make a decision about the kind of government they want. So any election is important.
Okay, but what about for the unity Madani government?
Well, it will be a challenge for them, of course, because definitely they will lose 3 already. We can tell you, Kelantan, Terengganu and Kedah, I'm quite sure of that. Although I do not like to sound too pessimistic about it, but that seems to be the common perception or belief. As far as Penang, obviously, unity has the edge, but they will have a reduced majority. Selangor have the edge, they probably have a reduced majority, and they probably win Negeri as well. So I don't think there's going to be a major shock in that sense, but it's not going to be too exciting an event for unity government.
Either, so pretty much just status quo.
Status quo and worse than that for them because they reduce the majority in those places. Yeah.
Okay. You know, we keep hearing this term, the green wave, that there was a voter swing we saw in GE15, the PN coalition dominating all the ballot boxes in Kelantan, Perlis and Terengganu while failing to win only 1 seat in Kedah. So for this time round in state elections, will we see this phenomenon where the share of vote, because we already know, you pretty much suggested that PN will win Kedah, Terengganu and Kelantan, but will their share of vote actually increase then?
Well, I think so too. I think the dominance is going to be clear, you know. So their share of votes, even in Penang, I think they will have an increase in their share of votes, although the unity will still hold a majority in Legislative Assembly, but I think they will lose a lot of votes, especially on the mainland side.
Can we understand why? Why do you think this is happening? This term green wave, which some people say we shouldn't use at all in the first place.
It's a variety of factors, you know. It's not a single cause of this dissatisfaction of the Malays now, you know. But I think you have to address them. You know, you can't brush it off. You can't say Malaysia's stupid, they don't understand what they want, what's good for the country. You can't say, oh, they're extremists. If you keep on along this route, this narrative of belittling them, you're not going to get their vote. And election is about winning hearts and minds, even if it's not the heart, at least winning their vote.
Yes.
So one has to be a bit more humble, has to be less pompous, less righteous. You know, you have to try to understand
and
why.
Make mistakes.
Yes, you know, and I think that's the way to deal with it, rather than a somewhat condescending narrative that I hear all the time. I mean, I'm from Kelantan, I lived with them for 30 over years, and the Kelantanese people have a reason why. Partly because of religions, religious, I believe, but also because of other factors, you know, that you do not help them. They are entitled to the oil money, you don't give them money because you want to punish them. You say they don't have money for water, you don't give money for water, you know. So the point that I think people miss is this, Shah. We are a federation. People forget that. We are not a union. A federation of states. So whilst the federal government over the years was a strong government, that was because Barisan was ruling all the states.
Yes.
People forget that. The day you lose the state, then your federal government becomes weak. You may survive no confidence vote for a few months, but you can't govern. Because the center, the core forces are in the states.
Especially land matters, right?
Land matters, resources,
Yeah.
whatever. And therefore, it is important that the unity, proponents of unity government also take note of this reality, that if you start losing the states one by one, you're going to lose federal too.
Sila subscribe, like, comment, share, follow untuk menerima notis video-video yang lain. Sokongan Tuan Puan membantu penghasilan karya video seterusnya.